Like I said, I did flatting, so like I work in Amazing Spider-Man and stuff but you know, no one like saw that work, obviously, is covered up. Hello, I'm Tamra Bonvillain, and today I'll be coloring a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur page. I always did art from a young age, like as far back as I can remember. I liked the X-Men and the Spider-Man cartoon, and being younger, I couldn't afford to buy a bunch of comics, so it's like, oh, here, and they're kind of based on these stories, and so it kind of brought me into that mythology a little bit. But I always liked to draw, and I definitely wanted to like do something like professionally art related. I went to the Kubert school, you know, which is like comics focused. I always kind of had like an inclination to do coloring. You know, it's like one of my favorite parts of the process. You just do like kind of random like indie stuff here and there. And then eventually, first thing I did for Marvel was like a few pages of Fantastic Four. And then Ghost Racers was the first actual book they gave me. I got on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That was my first ongoing at Marvel, and it's worked out pretty well so far. Being trans, working in comics. Yeah, it's cool to feel like that might mean something to somebody. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is like a fun book to color. As a colorist, they send you the black and white line art, and I have a person who does flats for me. They separate all the different areas of color in the piece, and then I plug in my actual palette for the book. You know, I think about, is this like a dark scene, not just actual light and dark, but you know, like tonally, like, is this sad, is it happy? So like that may affect the color choices. You start from that base and then like build up rendering with shadows and the highlights and kind of focus in on who's important in the scene. So like in this case, Devil Dinosaur. And so the students, I just try to kind of like pick stuff that doesn't draw your attention too much. I definitely try to promote awareness of colorists, because they like, and not to the fault of people, like a lot of people don't necessarily know what we do. I mean, I've read reviews in the past where they'll like praise the artist on something, and it's like, it has nothing to do with what they've added to it, you know. Being a colorist, you're changing things, like, you know, you're changing the value relationships, the mood, and I feel like a lot of times maybe people miss what it is we're contributing versus what was already there. Social media, as far as connecting with other colorists and comics people in general, I think has been huge. Primarily through Twitter, like share like process or just like insights into the process. So I think having that direct access, that helps just by the nature of that. Going to cons, I think, is really great. You work from home, so you get kind of disconnected from what you're doing and how it connects to people. So just like have that face-to-face and people are bringing you books to sign or they're talking to you about your work. That's always nice. I like being there to not only connect with fans, but like other professionals. And then doing panels, that's another way of trying to like spread awareness. Those panels particularly I like doing because it usually draws like a crowd that they want to hear that message too, so they're already receptive to it. Yeah, it would be nice to be remembered for like a definitive work or several works, but yeah, I'd also like to help continue change perceptions of colorists in the industry, like what we're doing, and then social issues as far as like trans people in comics. And if I could kind of positively affect the mindset on some of those things, that would be great. Or whatever. Sorry, that cat is going crazy. Psst, psst.
Yeah.
Hey, psst, psst, stop. Come on. Psst. Hey, calm down. I don't even remember what the question was.